Hi there, this is Shikhar Mishra, corporate trainer and a sales coach. Today I am here to discuss upon a general topic but a critical one, sales. If I talk upon sales, today I basically want to ask you a question. Are you in sales? Are you serious about getting results with more focus? Are you ready to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals? That too, without giving excuses. If your answers have been yes, I want to personally invite you to our series of videos which will add more values to your interactions and achievements. While I was basically planning upon this session with you all, it just reminded me for my first interview which I have attempted. While I was there for the interview, the interviewer asked me a question. He asked, "Can you sell me this pen?" I was quite happy. Yes, I got the job now because it's a very easy question. But then come a twist. He said, "You need to sell this pen to an illiterate person." And then came a freeze upon my own thought process. Oh my God, what to do? That too. For the first interview, you can understand, we all have gone through that, and it's the first one which we are just having all the scenarios coming to you the first time. I thought what to do. But at that time, my interviewer also was somewhat generous. He said, "Let's have a role play." And then, just like any of the competition, the time started at that point. I said, "Yes, okay." So I asked him the question, "What is your occupation? Are you working?" That person said, "Yes, I am." I said, "Okay, so you will be working for a day long time. There could be times when you want to scratch your back. So what do you do?" He said, "I scratch it just like this." I said, "Okay, but there could be times when there could be scratch at the point where even your hands cannot reach. At that time, what do you do?" He said, "Yes, that's a problem." I said, "Okay, fine. I have a solution for you. Take this from me." He said, "This is a pen. I don't need it." I said, "Just have a look into it. Just catch hold of this pen." He held the pen in his hand. I said, "Now scratch your back." He did it. I said, "Now are you feeling comfortable? Now are you able to reach to those points where it was difficult for you to reach?" He said, "Yes." I got that job. At that time, I didn't understood that what I have done. But while today I am there with you, I very well can understand that it's basically not the product which I sold. It was the solution which I basically sold. Selling is what we have been doing since we were born in this world. Remember the times when you acted cute just to get yourself what you wanted for? You wanted a candy, you wanted a chocolate, you wanted a bicycle, or anything. You were able to convince your parents just by doing all types of cutest of acts, and you were able to sell yourself and get the things. So then the point is, what is different now? You remain the same person. This is going to be our discussion with you over a series of videos. Today, sales are not providing upon the products. Sales is upon providing solutions. But with COVID out there, it has been a shift in our wants and needs. We have limited resources. What we do is something should be admirable by the customers also. When we are customers, what are things we consider is what our buyers also consider. Believe me or not, sales is the most interesting profession on this earth. For many, it will think, no, it is not. We will say, yes, indeed, sometimes it is. But may I tell you, it is always an interesting profession if we know the real way to do it. Why? Because it keeps you smart, spontaneous, and educated. It is the most brain stimulating profession because of the various levels of involvement a salesperson has with his customers. Kindly note, I said sales are brain stimulating because it starts with analyzing. A customer who walks up to you is already sold in some aspect or the other. That could be anything. That could be brand or his friend's recommendations or social media review, advertisements in TV, anything. Now he is looking at you, who is the brand ambassador, to assure him of the best solution to his want, need, or problem. His solution could be a service, a product, or even a consultation. So your charm starts now. How do you analyze the purpose of him singling you out? So now the point comes, what can you analyze? There are 4 different aspects that needs to be taken into consideration. Point 1, identifying who your customers are. For example, before I choose a product or service I want to sell, I will analyze my market for it. So now if I take a consideration upon the present scenario, now due to work at home, home essentials have a great market. Some of the companies are giving loans to buy computer tablets and accessories to make their working comfortable. Hence, I would definitely like to tap the IT domain. Now, few persons of you will say that I don't have to plan. I'm already working in a company. I have the products, how to sell it. That's the main part. So again, the part comes of analysis of it. As to what are the products you have and what are types of solutions that can be provided through that product or the service. Now here comes the second point, which will help you to analyze that. That is discovering their needs and their pain points. Now let's take an example for this. Now suppose you were injured. God forbid it never happens, but suppose it happens. You have pain in your finger. Now you go to the doctor. Doctor says, what happened? He says, you say that basically I fall down and nothing but I have pain in my finger. He says, okay. He prescribes you a painkiller. Come back with that painkiller. For a few days you have it. Eventually you see that after having the painkiller, 3 to 4 hours the things are fine. But after that it again increases. You again go to the doctor. Doctor says, okay, I will give you another painkiller. That's a high-powered painkiller. You take it again. You have a relief, but only for a few hours. Before that, you were having relief for 4 hours. Now you're having the relief for 6 hours. But still the pain is there. So now you decide to go to a different doctor. You go to a different doctor. He sees your finger. He sees there's a swelling. He asks you what has happened, what all you have taken. And after knowing all this, he prescribes you to get the X-ray done. While getting the X-ray done and seeing to the report, doctor finds that there is a fracture in your finger. And accordingly, he takes the course of treatment. Now you tell me, to which doctor you will go? I'm sure you will say the second one. Why? Because that person was able to analyze upon the pain points. He was able to discover where the problem is, and accordingly he did the same. Now, taking that example to our market side, if I am to sell mobiles now, so I would choose Oppo for those who loves selfies. Third point that comes into consideration now is grouping customers according to similar traits and behaviors. So therefore, you need to tap on the domain of work or business they have. Along with that, you need to know that the behaviors that they are having. You will surprisingly find there are many of the behaviors which are same for many of the persons. Like iPhones or computers, like brand conscious customers. Some will be who will be color conscious even. Some will be who will be liking upon the packaging also. So now, based upon that, you have to move ahead. Last but the least is the fourth point, which is creating a profile of your ideal customers. If you want to have a sustainable growth, you need to create a niche, and that can only happen when you are able to create a profile of your core customers that you want to address upon. You have been long in sales. This is what you would have done. But if not, start today. This will help with selling without any extra effort. So let's begin the game of sales and start analyzing from today. And keep on watching our series of videos which will really help you in selling the solutions and not the product. Have a nice day. Thank you.